name? Oh, Nana. What's my name? Oh, Nana. What's my name? What's my name? What's my name? Hey, y'all. What up, though? I am Racquel with What Is This About Tarot? My bad that I'm late. Baby, I am on BB time, but it's BPCP, whatever fuck you want to call it. But here's the thing. Here I go. I always forget the notifications, child. Here is the thing, y'all. I have had a lot going on today. For those of you that are, mothers or whatever, just parents in general, it'd be a lot of shit going on. And so y'all, I left my water upstairs again and I meant to bring it. This is some stupid ass shit. But anyway, yeah, I've been running around with like a chicken with my head cut off. I got a lot of shit going on. But the point was, I was going to show up and I'm showing up now. So thank you for tapping in and make sure you share with a motherfucking friend, okay? This is What Is This About Tarot again. And so I've added some things differently. Today we're going to be talking about Rihanna. We're going to read and talk about Rihanna by request. We're going to get into that. Okay. Remember that these readings are just for entertainment purposes only. Okay. I don't want you getting your ass all tight and getting stressed out about some shit. Just enjoy the show. All right. Everything is not that serious. And I'm not saying that I'm giving you bullshit because I would never do that. I'm one that's going to be truthful and honest. What I am saying is I'm reading the energy, and what I am saying that nothing that ever is 100%. I don't give a fuck what it is. Nothing is 100%, but the creator divine. Okay. Nothing is 100%. So, things change with people's free will and all that type of stuff. All right. Truth and Justice Tarot is a Patreon exclusive where I help solve murder and missing person mysteries. Please help me and send in your requests by clicking Send Your Suggestions located under the Contact tab on my website at RacqiRoadTV.com. Watch the series for free by joining my Patreon. Oh, Nana, what's my name? Hey. I used to love that song. Hey, boy, be with you. Cause you're just my type. Ooh, nah, not. That was my jam, y'all. All right. We're getting into this. Rihanna, if you see that smoke, I've got, considering the stuff that's been going on, y'all, and in the air, I got my dragon's bud, incense going. My myrrh incense going. I had burned some, Palo Santo. Listen, ain't playing around. My suggestion is that all seers and readers and stuff, here, let's see. Clean your cards. Look, right now I'm putting it right over the smoke. Clean your cards because there is something going on. I'm going to get into that because it's more personal at some point, but there's something definitely going on. Okay. All right, Creative Divine. Can you show me what's going on with Rihanna? 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 Again, this is not, so I don't do these to tear no celebrities down. I'm really not into that, but they're people just like us, man. I'm not into that. What else? This is just a read. Okay. Okay, so I got the Three of Wands here. So Rihanna is a very creative person. She's very much so into enjoying herself, very much so into camaraderie. I get the sense though she is like, I don't want to say, is guarded the word? I feel like she loves to like be around her people and to like enjoy herself and to like fellowship with her people, but also I feel like she's particular about who she lets in her circle too. Okay. Again, we have the Three of Baskets right here. So again, this is more of the celebratory, like the fellowship, just more confirmation of that. Um, but again, she's guarded. Okay. She's protective about her space. She is the type that will be like, fuck around and find out. She is the type that will get down. She is the type that will speak up for herself. She is the type with a sharp tongue, but all in all, if you ain't fucking with her, she minding her business. Okay. We've got the Eight of Coins. She's very much so about her money, but she's very analytical about the things and the moves that she makes. She's very strategic. A lot of this I feel like has to do with the industry as a whole because of how she, again, this is just for entertainment purposes. I'm just telling you what I'm getting, but I feel like with the industry and how it is and how it's ran and how she came into it, she's very particular about how she makes her moves. You know what I'm saying? She got to be careful, right? Which they all do. All right. What else about Rihanna? What else? This is like the Black Tarot deck. Forgot. Okay. We got Seven of Baskets here in reverse. Okay. So she's not in the state of like confusion or needing to like analyze or over analyze or in discontent. Like I feel like she's really in content with her life. She really is secure, knows what she wants to do, knows where she's going. As we see, she's having more children. She's very happy and stable where she's at. She's not really divided in her mind or looking around trying to figure out the next move and shit like that. I think she's enjoying life, right? Got the Judgment card here. So she's enjoying motherhood. She's standing up. She knows her role, right? She knows what she wants to do. She has answered the call in her life and she's very secure in that. You know. What else? We got the Two of Wands here. This is someone contemplating. Mm, 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 mm. Listen, could this be? I'm just feeling like, I don't know. Again, remember what I have been said in other readings, it's a lot going on in the industry right now, right? And I feel like she's looking at that as a whole and just analyzing it, right? Like, because I feel like she's happy with the motherhood. She's happy with ASAP Rocky. They've come through the triumph of that whole trial and stuff like that. But there's a lot of shit going on in the background in the industry we do not see. And I feel like she is pondering on that as well. Like, where does she fit in this? Like, how does she move forward in that regard outside of all the things she's already securing? Everybody is always asking for a fucking album, right? And I really do believe, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I believe she's not putting out an album. I did hear something that she might be putting one out. I don't know if that's true, but I think thus far she hadn't because of the things and the strings attached that come with it. Because there's a lot of shit going on in that industry. What else? Jaguar Wright's been on it. And I did a reading on Jaguar Wright, and that boy got deep. It got real deep. That's for in the Truth and Justice Tarot series. What else for Rihanna? We've got the Empress, which doesn't shock me. So Rihanna, she does give me very much so of one who practices. She has a deep spiritual practice, whatever that may be. I'm not sure, but she definitely has that Empress vibe, right? She definitely has that walking in her authority. She knows what she's spiritually sound. And I believe she has her own spiritual practices that she does. And I've said this, a lot of people in the industry are spiritual. I mean, even if they weren't when they got in there with some of the shit that be going on, allegedly, the rituals and all of this stuff, you know, they've been introduced to it. So some of them have already have had their practices. And I also believe that, again, this is just my belief that I'm sharing with y'all outside of this reading. I also believe that the industry tries to grab up people that are really tapped in that could make a difference. Like okay, so I feel like there's two different types of people the industry come for. Industry plants, one that they can plant and just, wreak havoc amongst the people, confuse them and shit like that. And then you have the other people that could be very impactful that can actually change the world. So what they do is they entice them by their lower nature to control the narrative. Okay. What else? What else can you tell us about? Okay, that's too many here. Let me, matter of fact, shuffle that. Make sure y'all let me know where you watching from. That's my incense y'all see going. Matter of fact, let me turn this on too, because this kind of help detour negative energy. Let me turn that down just a little bit so it's not too much in my video. Okay. What else? What else? About Rihanna? What else? Okay. Ooh. We have the death card. Okay. So, okay, before this, remember we had before the Empress card, we had the pondering something. So maybe there is something that she feels like it is coming to end. There might be something that she's considering, that she's realized that's coming to an end in her career, or she's analyzing, or some changes that she wants to make to reinvent herself, because there's a lot going on with Hollywood, right? So what do I do moving forward? I mean, even as much as when I look at this child too, this kind of brings me my attention to her as a motherhood. So how do I reinvent myself now that I'm a mom and my life has changed? What can I do moving forward? You know, Rihanna would really be good with, I feel like, even coming out with a clothing line for children, or some kind of something that involves family, promoting family, you know what I mean? Because they do it so, they're so non-problematic. They look good together, you know what I'm saying? So I think that will really be good. Okay, what else with Rihanna? Yeah, we got the Emperor. Okay. So yeah, see here we got a man and a child. This is giving me more so like maybe as ASAP, right? They're really like, they're really in their authoritative energy. They're really intentional about their family, right? Is what this is giving me. And I feel like her and he might be like some kind of kindred spirits. They could have some kind of past life uh connection or whatever. We got the Six of Coins here. Okay, so they have integrated as a family, integrated their creativity, and they've created a family. They work together. They're very intentional. Again, there's just more confirmation. Very intentional, very family centered. Like they're really doing this thing and they're happy about it. You know. What else? Got the Six of Wands here. This lets me know whatever venture, whatever she does to reinvent herself, so whatever she's pondering on at the moment and looking forward to as now being a mother, how do I translate or evolve my brand type of thing? It lets me know that she will be successful. She will have triumph, which she has been successful. I mean, the Fenty and you know, her clothing line and facial care and all of her stuff is really successful, you know. And she doesn't do the most, right? And that's what that really speaks to the Empress energy again, this card that we pulled, right? She's so in her she's so much in her authority and just being her. She doesn't have to do the most. She doesn't have to do these like PR stunts that they be doing and shit like that. People just like Rihanna. It's something about Rihanna and her energy and her presence that people are that gravitate to, and it's largely to do with her having that Empress energy. So anything she comes forth and does is a success because she just always shows up as her. She's not, you know, she doesn't need an alter ego, or she doesn't need nothing, no extra shenanigans. She doesn't have to sign up for drama every 6 months to stay relevant, and that's amazing. And it also could have to do with her, this could also be just her spiritual signature too. Okay, I do want to say that. What else? What else with Rihanna? It's flipped over. Let's see. Seven of Knives. Again, I said this before. Rihanna's really non-problematic. She's very sweet to a degree. I mean, I wouldn't say like she's not one of them extra, like, she's definitely a fuck around and find out type of person. Okay, this is what this card is giving me. Like, with the red here, with the root chakra energy, she's very serious about her security. You're not gonna come fucking with her family. You're not gonna come fucking with her man, or nothing like that. It's fuck around and find out. Which for the most part, she really does mind her business. Okay, now we use those cards. Let's see. Let's use the kippers and see what's going on further before we end this. What's going on? If you're watching me, y'all, yeah, I've been having my robe on lately. I just got out the shower, okay? Just got out the shower before I started this video. All right, let's see. Is there anything about Rihanna that we need to know? What else should we know about Rihanna? Okay, so we have courtship in reverse. This doesn't necessarily uh this doesn't give me anything necessarily about her and ASAP or nothing like that. I kind of feel like this is more about business deals, and this is kind of came up like with Sierra too. I think again it has something that's going on with that Hollywood man. We got a message, right? So some message might be coming in that's going to like bring in other options or some things to consider, right? Moving forward. What else? Anything else with Rihanna? We've got the journey card, okay? So it might be some traveling involved, okay? You know what just popped in my head too? What if they're planning to move out of the country? Okay, I paused because this lag on this video. What else? Again, this reading's for entertainment purposes. Anything I say can change. It's not 100%. Things are determined by individuals' free will, okay? We got a mature man here. The first thing that pops to mind, is her father alive? Hmm. I get the sense that it's like some elder man that looks over her. Let's see, what else? What else? Or this could be an older man that's going to have some kind of influence in the changes that she wants to make. Let's see. Okay, I think that's it for those cards. Let's see. I think that's it for them cards. Yeah, y'all. I think that I know it wasn't really deep. I know it wasn't. Um, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I really do think it's something going on in the ethers right now. I think there are some messages being scrambled, blocked. I do. I do. And I can't even get into detail right now why I feel that way, but I really do think that all seers and mediums and readers really just need to be aware, right? And just, I mean, again, clean your area, clean your cards, make sure you're cleaning your energy out. I mean, before I came on here, I had already did my spiritual bath and stuff like that. I just think that is very important because I just get the sense it's something going on. Um, and of course, we see this same old stuff. Like we see the Met Galas and all this stuff. They have this business as usual appearance, but there is a change of the guard. And I do feel like a lot of them are looking over and analyzing, what should they do? Where should they go? What should they move? What moves should they make? I just feel like that's going on in general. But again, I mean, we just reading cards. You know what? Let me read these real quick too before we get off here. Before we get off here, let's read the enchanted map cards. And then we just doing like a general overall reading about her. We ain't reading nothing specific. You know, I don't do this to be messy. I just don't. I'm sorry, y'all. Anything? What can we see about Rihanna? Can you give me any information on Rihanna? These cards might. One ring circus, right? So, she's very much so one that likes to have control over her affairs, right? Um, we got Dragon's Lair. Very intense. This just gives me more like spiritual energy. Yes, she's a real spiritual individual. What else? Anything else? Anything else? And two, some of these people, I'm telling y'all, some of them are they're protected too. They don't want you getting all in their energy. So we can only get peace of joy. You see this? She's enjoying life. She's enjoying her children. She's really integrated all of this and she's in harmony, with the life that she has right now as a mother. Okay, we've got the flying card again. Just, high off life type energy. Okay. Anything else? Everything's coming together, right? Look like her and ASAP, just very loving, very fruitful, very abundant connection and relationship. So y'all, that's really all I feel for the day. That's Rihanna's reading. I'm sorry there was no drama, no tea. I'm not really, I mean, if it happens to come out, it happens to come out. But I'm damn sure not looking for that. I'm not that type of reader. I don't like confusion and chaos. I mean, I'll watch it. I'll look at the shit online and shit like that and laugh. But I generally don't like it. I don't like to play in it, play with it. I don't wish it on other people. So, that's where I'm at with all of this. But I love y'all and I thank y'all so much for tapping in. Make sure you check in with me tomorrow. I'll probably, let's see. I don't know what time I'm coming on tomorrow. Tomorrow again is going to be another busy day for me. That's kind of typically out of the norm. I've got something going on tomorrow that's not typical. So it's just a meeting that I have to do at 6:30. I don't know how that lasts. So I might come on early between the time I get off work and before I go there. We'll just see. We'll play it by ear, but in general with me y'all, listen, I'm going to show up. But every day at a specific time, that's gonna be difficult. Okay. So just if you following me, you're gonna have to tap in. You're gonna have to be on it. By the end of the day, something will be up. Right? Okay. All right, y'all. Love y'all. And until next time, I'll see you tomorrow. Make sure you sign up for Patreon. It is free. Okay. I have a lot of good content on there for free. But I also have content that you can pay for. If you want to support me, please check out my Patreon shop. There's a lot of good shit in there, baby. Check it out. If you like to book a reading, you can through my website or through this email flowing down here in the ticker. And that's it, baby. I'm out. I'm out of here.